Hey, what's up, guys? Amar here with ZenMaid. Thank you so much for joining for my talk here today and for joining this entire summit. I hope you guys have really enjoyed it. We're so excited to have been able to bring on just so many amazing speakers. And so if you guys have enjoyed the summit, if you appreciate this and you want us to do it again next year, go ahead and drop a comment down below or head over to the ZenMaid Mastermind. The ZenMaid team should already have a thread about this. Hopefully you guys have seen a couple of those going on in the mastermind as well during the other talks this week. And yeah, just drop us a comment, reply to any of the emails, like let us know if you guys have enjoyed that or have enjoyed this, the summit and all that stuff. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Amar. I've run ZenMaid for 6 years now, and prior to running ZenMaid, I ran my own maid service. I know that I look deceptively young, but I'm actually quite old and wise. So I ran Fast, Friendly, Spotless for about a year before starting ZenMaid, and since starting ZenMaid, I have focused a lot on the marketing side of things. So this summit that you guys are watching right now is an example of ZenMaid marketing. So initially, I was not actually planning on speaking during this this summit, that I'd wanted to really focus on the other experts in the industry. I only ran my maid service for for 14 months, so I don't feel like I'm necessarily the best person to be getting advice from. But a couple of the ZenMaid team members thought that it would be a good idea and were insistent that I actually do a talk here, and I wasn't sure what that would be about. And so one of the suggestions that came in, again, from one of the ZenMaid team members, was that we've actually recently put together an article on 25 things that every maid service should be doing for their marketing, which is obviously the title of this talk. So if you're joining, that's what you wanted to watch today. And so what the team decided to do is they put together slides, just the name for each one of the 25 different things that every maid service owner like you should be considering. And all they asked me to actually do was to essentially jump on right now and talk to you guys and go through my thoughts on each one of these 25 items for marketing your maid service, with essentially just what I think and what I did. I have not looked at any of these yet, and so what I decided that I'm going to do for each of these as I go through them is I'm going to let you guys know whether the suggestion in question is a short-term or a long-term focus. So SEO is one of the things that we'll be talking about. A lot of people think if they apply good SEO this week, the next week they'll be on the first page, and that's just not the way that it is. So I'm going to try to help you guys to figure out what'll have immediate effects and what'll have long-term effects, how easy each suggestion and strategy or tactic is to apply in your maid service, as well as how affordable it is. And then the final two things that I'll be putting in for each is just generally, do I recommend that you actually do this or focus your attention on this specific tactic or strategy? And then finally, if I do, or even if I don't, I'll try to give you a recommended resource just off the top of my head that I think is someplace that you could learn more information about whatever the tactic or strategy might be. So if you give me just a second here, I am going to share my screen and we will jump right into this. Okay, so yes, 25 ways to market your cleaning business by Amar Ghosh. That's me, CEO of ZenMaid. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna jump into this again. The only thing that I'm actually seeing here, I think you guys can see everything on my screen. I'm not gonna go into full screen because I've had issues with that when screen sharing before. So just to make sure that you guys can see everything on the screen right now. I'm just going to keep it like this. So the only real preview that I have to these suggestions that the team has put together is just on the left side that I can read some of those, but the rest of this is completely off the cuff. So I hope you guys enjoy. Check out the resources that I recommend. After, we'll try to drop in links like down below in the comments, whatever. And yeah, let's jump into it. So number one is influencer word of mouth. So you guys may have heard about influencer marketing. You may hear about Instagram and all of that stuff. Again, a great example would actually be this summit that you guys are watching right now for ZenMaid, that we have industry influencers that are speaking at this event, and a lot of people have found out about this event because of the various speakers that we've lined up. So this summit itself, in a way, is a form of influencer marketing. Now, a lot of people struggle when it comes to actually applying that to something like a Maid service. And what I think a lot of people seem to miss is that there are influencers in your local area. So if you're in New York City, chances are a lot of people know who those influencers are. But if you're in a small town, Courtney from our team is in a small town near St. Louis. If she had industry publications where maybe the person that founded one of the not industry publications, sorry, one of the local publications is a well-known, mini celebrity, right? Or the news anchor who's on the local news every night. If you guys were able to build a relationship with that person and to be able to start a conversation, have them share about you, there's a lot of different ways that you could actually go about with local influencer marketing. Local sports teams would be another great way, particularly if it's someplace they're a professional team in the biggest leagues. But even minor league teams can get you a lot of exposure if you find the right people to focus on for your Maid service. So that's definitely one. I'd love for you guys to ask me more questions about that. Drop that into the comments and I'll get back to you now if I have time, or shortly after. I'll probably do really more articles on every one of these things that we're going to go through, because they are all going to be really interesting. And if there's some that I look at and go, oh no, oh, ZenMaid team, why would you include that out of the 25? I'll write an article on that as to why. So let me know what questions you guys have. Number two, Facebook and your social media presence. So a lot of people think that Facebook and your social media presence is just about sort of posting, that there's a bunch of automated tools that you can use that we'll talk about later, where people are just yes, I post on Twitter, once a day or twice a day, or Facebook once a day or twice a day with different discounts and different coupons, but they don't actually think too much more about it than that. And what I just said is definitely better than nothing, but really the idea to Facebook and to all social media, the key word there is social. And so if you're not building relationships on all of these platforms, then you're probably leaving money on the table. So the biggest mistake that I actually see when it comes to this is a Maid service owner, just like you, will post something on Facebook, and a potential customer will actually come in and will ask a question about your Maid service. Do you service this area? Do you, include ovens in your cleaning? Some basic question. And that question will actually go unanswered. And what a lot of people don't realize is that that's a chance to build a one-on-one relationship, the same way that you have with your actual customers, to get another customer or to build someone that may refer you business, right? And that's a really valuable thing. So for another example, I think I'm going to keep referring to this summit about how we've actually marketed the summit, but someone on the ZenMaid team actually went through and sent an individual message to every single one of our Instagram followers. And then anyone that replied, I actually personally jumped on my phone and would respond to them and would help them with their question to get them registered for this summit. And that boosted us by a solid, I would say, 15, 20% of attendees here probably found us through Instagram, or they saw us elsewhere, but then ended up signing up for Instagram. Okay. I completely forgot about the 5 things that I'm supposed to do to rank. So I'm going to go back to number 1 quickly. You guys can tell that I'm really doing this off the cuff here. So I'm going to go back to to number one quickly. And actually what I'll do is I'll give you guys the 5 sort of recommendations that I have right now for the social media presence. And then I'll go back to number one, and then we'll continue doing this like throughout the conversation. So to run through this really quickly. So for Facebook and social media, this is both a short-term and a long-term focus. That it's long-term in that the longer that you focus on social media, the more returns that it'll bring you. But it's also short-term because what a lot of people forget is that for most of them, adding just a single new customer to the business, like each week, for example, that they wouldn't have added otherwise, can actually add up to a lot of growth. So unless you've got 30 employees right now, chances are you could be picking up individual customers by just being personal and outgoing on social media platforms. So this one is both a short-term and a long-term focus. How easy is it to do? This one's really up to you, that if you guys want to just post to social media all of the time, you can use a bunch of automated tools, and that will make it very easy to do, but your engagement will not be as good as someone that is on there every single day, responding to every comment, sending people messages, all of that. So it's hard to say easy to do or hard to do, because really it's just you get into it you get out of it what you put into it. How affordable is it? Same answer as how easy is it to do. You can spend money for automated tools, but they're never going to be able to replace you personally responding to people and stuff like that. So ZenMaid, for example, to post on all of our social media and to keep all of that organized, we pay about $100 a month, I would say, and then I personally respond to every single comment, message, tweet that comes in. And so with that, with that, it's very much a mix of the two. It's difficult to do, but it could be easy, and we pay a little bit more money than maybe you have to, but less than if we had it fully automated. Recommended resource, I would say check out anything with Gary Vaynerchuk. That if you have already heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, he goes by Gary V. You can find him on almost every single social media platform that is out there. Personally, I watch a lot of his YouTube, but with that, it's more focusing, study what he does and how he manages to be everywhere all the time, rather than so much on what he says, because he's very like sort of hustle like ish, but he's a great person to follow, and he actually says that if he's like, follow what I do, not what I say. And so I would definitely recommend this. To me, social media, Facebook, it's a great way to engage with your customers one-on-one. For ZenMaid, it's absolutely invaluable. You guys have probably seen a lot about this summit on Facebook, on the ZenMaid Mastermind, all of these things. So that is the overall, I would definitely recommend this. We're gonna go back to number one now, and just go through those same questions here. I will try to keep this more concise so that we keep this presentation a reasonable amount. So for influencer word of mouth, it is definitely more long-term, that it may take you some time to get results with influencer marketing, but think of it as a numbers game. Easy to do. It's easy to do if you're outgoing in social. You know, again, I'll write an article on how to do effective influencer marketing for Maid services. But yeah, affordable, it's definitely affordable. The nice thing when you focus on influencers is really you're just contacting them on social media. So really it's about you spending the time messaging them and developing one-on-one relationships. Influencer marketing really should not cost you much money. I wouldn't say if you're doing it right, you will have some influencers that it'll be pay to play, and those are the ones that I would focus on after the free people. Recommended resource, I don't really have a recommended resource off the top of my head. And then do I recommend it? Absolutely. So again, this is one that I will prioritize. I'll have my team, when they watch the replay of this, make a note for me to record another video or to write an article about influencer marketing. Okay, we really got to speed this up, guys, or it is going to go over into the next talk. Okay, automobile advertisements and car wrap. So this is one of the most underutilized marketing tactics that I have seen implemented. every time that you have your car or a cleaner's car that is parked in front of one of your clients' homes, if you have car wraps, then you're essentially, your vehicles are moving billboards that advertise your company. And not only do they advertise your company, but the places that they're most likely to be seen are the places that they're already the most likely to be trusted. So I'm just going to jump into, I mean, first of all, yes, 100% I recommend it. For whether it's long-term or short-term, it's both. This is one that will get you immediate signups, but it's more about it's more of a branding exercise, that if you spent a year with all of your cars branded, when people were thinking about maid services in your area, you'd be more likely to pop into their head than someone that's not doing it. So it's both short-term and long-term, but it may take a couple of months to really show results. Easy to do for sure. Affordable, I need to check and see how much car wraps actually cost, so I don't know, but I do think that they're worth it, even if they cost you a couple $100 and you're quite a new maid service. And then recommended resource, I want to say canva.com for designing these wraps, but I will take a look after and see what I can come up with. Okay, next one, speak to your target customers. This is a bit vague. I feel like it's almost fluffy. So I'd be interested to see what the ZenMaid team actually included in this section of the article. But just off the top of my head, off the cuff, what I would think here is just think about if your maid service is focused on, like a lot of people go, oh, I'm just focused on people that need cleaning. But you can be a lot more focused than that. So like to go back to the New York example, you know, maybe if you're in New York, you're focused on financial professionals, or just like high earning professionals, right? Like 100K a year or more. In New York, that may not even be considered high earning, but you could use a tool like LinkedIn, and you could do a lot of very targeted wording towards those customers. A lot of maid service owners that may be watching this may be actually more focused on moms, for example, who just don't want to be cleaning the house so that they can spend more quality time with their kids. And so having a variety of sort of customer avatars to focus on can really help you guys with communicating with your target audience. And you can run ads to multiple different groups. So you can essentially have one ad that's for paying moms, one ad that's for busy professionals, one ad that's for, like, I don't know, elite athletes or something like that. So yeah. So for that, short-term and long-term, it's both. A lot of these are going to be both, but I say short-term because it will deliver immediate results. How easy is it to do? It's very easy to do. Just talk to your customers, see who your current customers are, and try to multiply them. How affordable? Very affordable. Shouldn't cost you any money out of pocket. Recommended resource would really just be anything about copywriting. That anything about copywriting and customer development or customer research is going to be helpful. And then do I recommend? 100%, absolutely. This is one of those multiplier effects that if you learn how to speak to your target customers and the people that you truly want to be working with, then it's going to make every single one of your ads and advertising platforms and social media that much more effective. Okay, next up we have retargeting ads. So I'm going to make this one quick. For retargeting ads, retargeting just means if someone hits your website, then you follow them around with ads. So a great example of this would be ZenMaid. If you have ever visited the ZenMaid website, you will get you will see ads from us primarily on Facebook that are trying to get you to do different things, whether that's to register for this very summit, to sign up, to enter your email address and to join our list, all of that. So those are all retargeting ads. Retargeting ads are great because they essentially focus on the people that have already expressed interest in your service. And so you're going to get a much better cost per click and per action from them than if you're trying to target cold traffic. So to me, this is another multiplier one, that if you start retargeting ads, all of your ad spend on every other channel and all of your ad efforts, if you're not spending any money but doing everything free, will pay you back more if you do retargeting ads. So this is a definite recommendation. It's both short-term and long-term. It is medium difficulty to do. I don't want to say that it's easy. You may need to hire someone for Facebook ads to get it set up, but it can very much be a set it and forget it type thing. So if you spend the time to figure it out, then you can probably just turn it on and not really worry about it after that. Recommended resource, yeah, again, anything on Facebook ads. I may have to remove the recommended resource thing because off the top of my head, it's too difficult for me to come up with these sort of things. I will let you guys know though if I have any more of those. Okay, number 6, get your business cleaning certified. So I have very mixed feelings about this one. Do I recommend it? Kind of, not really. Personally, I think that certifications are a load of crap, unless it's something to do with like, you know, hazardous materials or something like that. The truth is that most people are not going to care whether you have some meaningless certification from whatever cleaning industry association it is that happens to be giving them out that year or that decade. Most people just aren't going to care about that. At the same time, though, it is a differentiator that being able to say that, like, I'm certified, you know, like by like these people, it does make you a slight bit more trustworthy. I think that if people are referred to you by their friends, they're not going to care about this, but some people might. So yeah, like, it's easy but time consuming to do. It tends to not be that affordable because usually you're paying someone to certify you, and it's like sometimes questionable. Short term or long term, it's definitely longer term. Like short term, it's not likely to make any difference because one by one customers tend to not care. Do I recommend it? Maybe if you're well established. I think that if you've got a lot of room to work with, or you've got a lot of ways to go, if you're just starting out your cleaning business, I don't think that anyone is going to take you more seriously because you have that certification. But if you have, you know, 5, 10, 15 cleaners, then you probably want to, just to be able to say that like that you are. But I don't know. All right. Help your customers find you directories. So this one I'm actually really excited about. Chris on our team is helping me to put together a list of every directory that your Maid service should be recommended for. So this one is help your customers find you. And what that means is that there are a ton of sites out there that will that essentially generate their own traffic. So that would be something like Yelp, Angie's List, Google Places. But there's a ton more that maybe you haven't heard of, but some segment of your customer base actually uses, even if it's 2%. There's like 20 or 40 of them that are out there. And what we're trying to do is we're going to try to put together a list for you guys of every single one that you can list yourself for free at. And so these, it takes very little time. I highly, highly recommend it. So it's very easy for you to do. Sorry, I shouldn't say it takes very little time. They're all free, so it'll take you some time to list yourself at all 20 or 40 directories. And again, I'll have a list for you guys of exactly where to go to do like all of those things. But it shouldn't cost you any money, and it's literally free traffic. So the sooner that you get yourself listed at every directory that you can possibly find online, the better. And then you can see which ones send you a lot of traffic. The ones that send you a lot of traffic, you should consider for paid advertising. Once you have enough customers, then you can consider some of the paid directories. I think Angie's List is still a paid directory, but you can consider some of the paid directories. But if you're watching this video, no matter what size you are, solo cleaner, whether you have 50 employees and you're watching my presentation right now, you need to be listed on every single free directory. And so we'll get those to you guys here shortly. Okay, number 8. Impress new clients. So this is just something that a lot of people talk about, especially on the Facebook groups. They're talking about how to make the first cleaning as impressive as possible for your new customer. And so sometimes that will mean actually actually doing like a really, really, really great job. And of course, that's the obvious one. You want to leave their house just absolutely sparkling when you go in and clean for a new client. But there's also lots of little things that you can do to impress them. For example, leaving them chocolate, leaving them a handwritten card from your cleaners that cleaned them for the very first time. I'd probably have to read this section of the article to see which things the ZenMaid team is recommending here, but there's a lot of outside of the box things that I see people missing, and that sometimes doing a really good cleaning could actually set expectations too high. So that if you were to, for example, do a free oven cleaning that wasn't included in your initial cleaning, that may become the expectation, which could cause problems. Whereas there are lots of one-off things that you can do that may not even have anything to do with your service that can go a long way to impress new clients. And particularly if they're social media share-worthy, leaving them chocolate, flowers, handwritten cards, whatever, that they can share on their own social media, that can really help you to build new clients. So do I recommend this? Yes, I think it's just a good exercise to go through and figure out what are some special things you can do for your first-time clients. I think that's great. How easy is it to do? Pretty easy, affordable, depends on what you choose. Is it short-term or long-term? It's going to be much more long-term, actually. Short-term, it may keep a couple of people with you. That has more to do with the amount of, the quality of cleaning that you're providing and stuff like that. But in the long run, if you do this for your next 100 customers, you may get 5 of them to share, which I know doesn't sound like a big number, but those 5 shares could easily bring you in, anywhere from 15 to 25 new clients from their friends. So definitely recommend that one. Number 9, earn referrals. Let's see, we are 25 minutes into this. Okay, I'm going to try to get to all 25, guys. If I cannot, I will record a bonus video after. I'm seeing on one of the comments, someone commented on my shirt. I'm glad that you guys like this. My fiance is embarrassed to be seen in public with me when I wear this, which of course only makes me wear it more often. You know how it is. So, okay, number 9, earn referrals. Do I recommend this? 100% yes. I don't care what the ZenMaid team wrote about this in the list that they put together, but definitely want to be earning referrals. Oftentimes earning referrals can be as simple as just asking. That a lot of the people, it's kind of funny that one of the things that I've noticed is the people that start their businesses and are most eager to ask for referrals are oftentimes the ones who aren't providing the best cleaning to get the referrals. And it seems like all of the people that don't want to ask for the referrals are the ones that actually deserve the referrals the most and will get the best results by asking. So do I recommend this? 100%. Recommended resource would be either ZenMaid, which automatically sends follow-up emails as part of the wonderful variety of other things that we do. The other thing would be slightly more specialized, which would be quality-driven software that they specialize in that feature specifically. They're awesome. ZenMaid actually integrates with them. So if you're not on ZenMaid, check out ZenMaid and check out quality-driven software. And then I don't remember if Martha has already spoken or if she's speaking in a little bit, but Martha Woodward, who is the founder or co-founder of quality-driven software, is also speaking on this very summit. So check that out because I do believe that it's about either reviews or referrals. Let's see, so short-term, long-term, easy, affordable, yeah. So I think that's all for that. Loyalty rewards, this loyalty rewards, very similar to earning referrals, is just giving people a refer a friend bonus. Every 10, 20 cleanings, you give them 1 cleaning free. For being a customer, they get discounts to local restaurants that are maybe looking for exposure, a lot of things like that. Gifts and other complimentary services. This is another vague one. Hang on, let me go back to loyalty rewards. Sorry, I went through that one too fast. It's hard for me to recommend this without knowing exactly what the team is referring to. Easiness, affordability, not hard or not easy to say. And then recommended resource, not really sure about that one either. So, okay, gifts and other complimentary services. So this is very similar to what I was talking about impressing your first-time clients, except that gifts and complimentary services will be for more ongoing clients, that maybe this is something that you do for everyone who's been with you for a year, stuff like that. There's a lot of different things that you guys can do here. ZenMaid gives out like stress balls and air fresheners and stuff like that. And there's lots of other things that you can do. One of my favorite things that I've heard about a maid service doing is that they ask their cleaners to pay attention to what parts of the home need the most like help, particularly extras that they offer. And then what they'll do is, they essentially just have like a calendar that every month or 2 months they do something to impress a set number of clients so that it doesn't cost them like too much. But a really great example there was they had one client, I'm trying to remember who it was. It's probably like 2 or 3 years ago that I'd actually spoken with them. But they had a client who never paid for the additional oven cleaning, but their oven was like in a really bad spot, and it was clear they were using it. And so their cleaners brought it to their attention, and they actually reached out to the client and said, hey, on our next visit, we're going to clean your oven completely free of charge. The girls noticed that like it could use like a nice little polishing up, and that client was very grateful. It was a very specific gift and a very specific complimentary service. But it was something like 6 months later, they actually paid for the oven cleaning service after seeing just how effective it could be. So that cost that company maybe $25 or $35 that they would have charged, but the person wasn't going to sign up for it without that gentle nudge. And so it actually got them more business in the long run from that actual client. But even if that hadn't worked, it would have generated a ton of goodwill and made it much more likely that that client would have referred their friends. And that's really the reason to do this. A lot of people look at gifts and complimentary services as an expense and not as a potential investment. So yes. Short-term, long-term focus, both. Easy to do, yes. Affordable, depends on what you pick. Recommended resource, I'll find something for that. I think the gift card cafe from, I think, Cleaning Business Today, or maybe it's just advertised on Cleaning Business Today, may make it easy for you to do gift cards for this specifically. Amazon's also a great resource since you can just ship your clients products. ZenMaid has started shipping some of our clients books, that if we recognize there's a book that might really help them to grow their business, then we'll just spend $20 and ship them a book. And it goes a long way. And then do I recommend this? Absolutely. It's definitely worth thinking about. Sorry for the notifications in the top right. We get those every time a ZenMaid customer, sorry, a ZenMaid trial user signs up. So, okay. Sorry, that was a little hidden brag there. Okay, so number 12. Number 12 is reviews. Reviews, I feel like, are pretty much the same thing as asking for referrals. When you contact a customer that is happy with you, you can either ask them for a referral or you can ask them for a review. For me, like, you want to do a combination of both, either to ask for both at the same time and let them pick which one. But I also do think that when you're starting out, there's a weird balance to it. So if you're starting out and you don't have enough clients, then maybe you want to ask for the referral. But if you have enough clients, you want to ask for the review, because that helps you to generate interest from people that are searching you online but have never heard of your Maid service. And so ZenMaid, we ask for reviews on the site Capterra. And so if you go to capterra.com and search for ZenMaid, you'll see that we have 50, 60 5-star reviews. on the review page there, and then we pay them a bunch of money to send us more traffic every month. So reviews, 100% that you should be asking for them. I definitely recommend them. Easy to do, very easy to do. Use ZenMaid. Use quality-driven software. Both are affordable. Starting at $49 a month, and QDS may even have a lower plan than that. And then, yeah, recommended resource would just be those two, but this is a 100% must do. Okay, automate your marketing. I feel like this one I'm just gonna have to go through quite quickly. Obviously, yes, I recommend automating your marketing. How easy is it to do? Depends what kind of marketing, but ask in the ZenMaid Mastermind about tools that you can use to automate the various portions. I feel like this is a bit misleading from the ZenMaid team because automate your marketing is not one thing. This covers an unbelievable amount of things that you can do to automate your marketing. Yeah, easy, affordable. Completely depends on how you want to do it. It's not going to be as affordable. You're not going to be able to automate your marketing for free, but it is worth it 100%. And is it a long-term or a short-term focus? It is a very long-term focus that right now, if someone signs up for the ZenMaid email list, if I don't personally send you guys an email, people will still receive emails from the ZenMaid email automation for something like 2 years after signing up. And so that's something that we've built over time, but is very, very scalable. So yes, that is automate your marketing. Direct mail. Okay, direct mail. I have mixed feelings on this one. Those of you that don't know what direct mail is, it's essentially when you get a piece of mail in your actual mailbox. Ads for, I don't know, GE washers, stuff like that. That would be direct mail. So direct mail is actually surprisingly effective in this day and age that people think that it's not. If you're watching this and go, I never read that stuff, great, but keep in mind that most marketing, if even 5% of people respond to that marketing, then it's a very, very good response rate. And so that means 1 out of 20 people. So I don't read that stuff. I'm in Thailand right now. No one can send me direct mail even if they wanted to, but a lot of people surprisingly still do. And so direct mail is something that's worth considering. It can cost a lot. It's not very easy to change or to create. So I've got to say for this one that even though I recommend it, I can't really say that it's easy or affordable to do. It's short term in that it'll get you very, very immediate results, and it can be long term if you can scale it up. So I recommend it, but only if you have the resources and stuff. If you have not figured out your online marketing yet, do not do direct mail right now. So yes, that is it. And then for a resource for direct mail, check out, I think it's from Josh Latimer, who's also speaking on this summit. It's either Radius Bomb or SendJim. Those might be two competitors actually, but if you check those two out, those allow you to send direct mail to people in specific neighborhoods in your area. So both are very cool tools. If they're even different, I honestly don't know, but yeah, check that out. Email marketing, I pretty much just touched on this with automate your marketing. So email marketing is an absolute must for you in your Maid service. You can talk to Courtney Wisely about that with her Rescue My Maid service service. Ginger Whitson is also another great person to talk to from Cleaning Business Growth that both of them can help you to set up automation so that when someone expresses interest in your Maid service, that they will receive emails on an ongoing basis until they are ready to sign up for your service, and then even after that. So this is one that every business has to be doing. You're getting their email addresses anyways. If you're not, you're making a huge mistake right now. So get their email addresses, put them into email marketing, and you can build that up over time. So I recommend it. Recommended resource would be what I just mentioned from Courtney and Ginger. It's not gonna, well, so it's very affordable if you do it yourself. You can sign up with MailChimp for free, I think. You can sign up with ActiveCampaign for $9 a month. So it's very affordable to do, but you also get what you pay for, that it'll be easier if you pay someone else to do it. And it'll be more affordable if you do it all yourself. And it is very, very long-term. Email marketing can essentially replace your personal need to do like outbound sales. So that is a very, very big one. Traditional marketing, I'm guessing the ZenMaid team by this means like offline marketing, billboards, signs, yard signs, bumper stickers. I have no idea. I'm going to assume that this means offline marketing. I always think that people in this day and age should do online marketing first. The main reason I recommend online marketing first before offline is that offline, it's very hard to adjust. If you don't know what's the best headline to get people interested in your service, it's a lot easier to run Facebook ads and spend $20 on Facebook ads than it is to try running 2 different billboards. So I really think that you should nail down your online marketing and then move into traditional marketing. But I do think that traditional marketing has a lot of potential, that it tends to just be very underpriced these days because so many businesses don't think that it works anymore. So short-term, long-term, it's both. It's great brand building, easy to do, not as easy, not as affordable. And then don't really have a recommended resource, but I definitely recommend taking a look at this at some point. All right, website and SEO. This feels like it should be 2 separate things, but we're just going to jump into it. So, okay, so do I recommend website and SEO? Yes, 100%. Your website in this day and age is more important than any other marketing asset that you can possibly create, because ultimately, no matter where people discover you, they're likely to end up on your website. SEO, for those of you that don't know it, would be search engine optimization. And that is very important so that you're ranked on Google, Bing, Yahoo, Alta Vista, Ask Jeeves. I don't even know what else there is. Anyways, so all of those like websites. So I think SEO is actually a lot less important to someone that's first starting out. Than most SEO comes for cleaning services from just having been around for a long time and for getting a lot of links coming into their website. So personally, I don't think that SEO is as important as some might think, but a website is very, very important. And over time, SEO gets more and more important. Lots of great resources out there for both websites and SEO. So both are recommended, but SEO not if you're just beginning. Long-term, short-term. Website is short-term because it supplements everything else in the business that you do. SEO is very long-term. If you have a website right now and you decide to optimize it for SEO, it still might take 6 or 9 months for you to see any results from that work. But again, totally worth it if you can do that. So both are recommended. Easy is, depends on how you want to go about doing it and how much you want to do it yourself. I'm going to say it's difficult because you either have to learn a lot and build your own website, do your own SEO, all of that, or you have to pay a bunch of money. So it can either be really affordable and really difficult, or it can be a bit expensive and really easy. And the ranges on both of these services can range from anywhere from, I don't know, $100 if you use like a Wix website or something like that, Squarespace, up to like $5,000 if you want like a really good website person to come in and handle this for you. AdWords, this is a really easy one. So I 100% recommend AdWords. In fact, I'm going to just type onto the screen right now a link that you guys can go to. 47 keywords. There we go. Okay, I don't know how easy that is to read, but zenmaid.com/47 keywords. If you just go to that, or to zenmaid.com/4ads. Those are both resources around AdWords for ZenMaid. AdWords is Google's search engine, their paid search ads that you can run, and they are awesome. People type in terms like cleaning service or maid service along with your location, and they will then return your website as a result if you're paying Google to do that. So 100% recommended. Is it short-term or long-term? It's more short-term, but it's also here to stay, so I'd say long-term as well. Easy to do. Google makes it quite easy to quickly create campaigns, even for small business owners like yourselves and like me. And then how affordable just depends on how much you want to put into it. When I ran Fast, Friendly, Spotless, when I ran Fast, Friendly, Spotless, we started out spending maybe $100 a month on Google AdWords, and then from there we bumped that up to $500 and $1,000 a month before I like exited that business. So definitely AdWords, got to check that out. Okay, good stuff. Okay. 19, employ the right people. This is just something that a lot of people seem to forget, is they think that their office manager or them personally who is in the office is in charge of sales for their maid service. And while that is true, what a lot of people tend to forget is that the people that are closest to your customers tend to be the best salespeople. And so if you have the best cleaners in the world, but they're rude and arrogant towards your clients when they're in the home, they're going to ruin any great sales work that you're doing. And so employing the right people and finding the right cleaners that are not just good cleaners, but are also personable will go a long way in building your brand, which I believe is going to be, looks like number 21 is on brand, which is going to be very helpful to your cleaning business. The other option that you have here for employing the right people is what you can do is you can essentially do teams of two where one person is very personable and outgoing, and the other person might be a little bit more introverted, maybe rough around the edges. And as long as you have pairings like that, you can overcome this. But it's always going to be better to just employ the right people who love your clients, who love you, who do what's in the best interest of the company. Promotional video, yeah, this is quite vague in my opinion. There's lots of explainer videos that are out there. So yeah, you can get that done. Actually, now that I think about it, if you guys check again the comments down below, or I will post this in the ZenMaid Mastermind, we actually created for Fast, Friendly, Spotless a explainer video, like a whiteboard explainer video that is maybe 2 minutes long. And we've done the same thing for ZenMaid. And believe it or not, both of those videos cost us less than $50. We did have to write the scripts for them, but we just paid for voiceovers on Fiverr and the video, the whiteboard videos to be done on Fiverr as well. And so you can go in and do that. You can also pay people. I have a friend who runs a software business who paid $8,000 for one of these videos. I do not for the life of me understand why, but you can pay a lot to get them done, or you can do them the easy and affordable way, or not the easy, sorry, the hard and affordable way where you've got to come up with your own script and all of that. But hell, I'll share the Fast, Friendly, Spotless one, and you guys can pretty much just take that script and make it your own. So that one is recommended, though it's not too important like early on. Easy, can be hard. Affordable can be cheap, can be expensive, and then recommended resource would be Fiverr. And honestly, my recommendation for that is not unless you're pretty far along. If you're a solo cleaner watching this video, it's not really going to help you all that much. So, okay. 21, create a brand for your cleaning business. This is one, everyone thinks they have to nail it from the beginning, but it's actually quite easy to rebrand your company. If you're a solo cleaner watching this, don't worry about this just yet. But, you know, this is something that The 22 Immutable Laws of Branding. That's a book that I've been reading lately. That would definitely be my recommended resource for this, that you don't want to be like the cleaning girl, because if someone says, oh, I have a cleaning girl, they could be referring to your brand, or they could be referring to just an actual cleaning girl. And so, for example, ZenMaid, fun fact, we own maidsoftware.com, but we're branded as ZenMaid because that means something to people. And we've got competitors that have something around the term Maid software, and it's just harder to remember their name. So yeah, this is something that you can do at any point, but I don't think it should really take precedent. If you have a lot of clients already but don't have a strong brand, then it's probably worth considering. And it's a very long-term play. No one's going to give a crap in the next week if you change your brand, but over a couple of years, it will make a big difference. And then easy, affordable is another one that's completely up to you. Number 22, we're almost there, guys. I'm going to keep this under an hour, I swear. Got 12 minutes left. So number 22 is frequent the forums and Facebook groups. So this could actually mean two things to me. So number one is, if you're not already in the ZenMaid mastermind that I've mentioned, go and join that. There's a bunch of other amazing Facebook groups that you can find. And so you just want to join some of those so that you're surrounded as a maid service owner by like-minded individuals. It's affordable, it's easy. I mean, it's free. It's not even affordable, right? Like, it's affordable and it's easy. Do I recommend this? 100%. Recommended resource, the ZenMaid Mastermind, but there's so many other ones. A lot of the people speaking on this event right now have their own Facebook groups. The other one, I don't know if the ZenMaid team meant this or what I was just talking about, but the other thing is that, especially if you're starting out and you're new, you can pick up a lot of new business by being involved in local groups to your area. So think about your service area and getting active in Facebook groups that are for moms of that area or businesses of that area and all of that. There's just so much potential there. That's definitely something that I should write an article about the different things that you can do there. Up next, we've got help guides for your customers. So this one, I don't think that you really have to do yourselves, but this is a perfect reason to do email marketing. Is so there's a lot of great guides that are already out there, and so I think what this means, at least, is help guides, as in like how to keep your home tidy in between cleanings, for example. There's all sorts of content marketing that you can do out there, and like, it doesn't matter that other maid services have done that like before. You can like write your own versions of these, or you can even share other maid services resources. If you do that, you want to share people's resources that are outside your area. You don't want to be sending any links to your customers that make them aware of other local competitors that you have. But if you find other maid services, people in the mastermind, anywhere else, that have written these articles and that are posted publicly, like on their maid service blogs, then you can totally share those, right? And they get a little bit of traffic and maybe get some referral business at some point. If you're finding those from other maid service owners that maybe you sign up for their email list and they send you an email, in that case, make sure to get permission from them. But yeah, help guides for your customers is one that I would say don't spend a lot of time on. Find other ones that have already been written, and then over time, if you want to create your own, then you can do that. So I wouldn't make it a top priority. And so for that, I would just recommend signing up for other people's email lists, right? Sign up for Courtney's email list at magicmaids.org and see what she's doing there with her like email marketing. That's definitely going to be a longer term thing. Short term, you're not going to see any noticeable results, but it does add up over time. Easy to do, depends on if you just share other people's links or create your own, and affordable. It should just take a little bit of time, but no actual money. Okay, so tools and services, I don't know what they're referring to there. There's so many that I've already mentioned. So I'm just going to move on to number 25. All right, guys, we are pretty much done here. Nice. So keep up the good work. So awesome, guys. So, okay, so the last slide there, I know you guys can only see me now on screen. Keep up the good work. That is that sort of the age-old, the best marketing is always going to be an amazing product and service, that as long as people have ways to find out about you, there's no better way to convince them to actually sign up for your service than to have all of your customers just raving about how amazing the cleanings that you guys are providing are. And so that's really number 25, is a lot of people forget about that for ZenMaid, you know, the first and most important thing is great that we do events like this, but the main thing is that we have 1,000 Maid service owners that use our software every single day, love using the software, love being in it and all of that, that's always going to be the best marketing for ZenMaid and for your Maid service. It's why you see comments about us all over the place that, again, stuff like this helps, but ultimately, if our product sucked and we threw events like this wouldn't actually make up for that. And so that's like why we have that last one in there of just keep up the great work. So that's all for now. If you guys have any comments, questions, whatever, you can either drop a comment down below this video wherever you are watching this, whether that's a replay on YouTube or whether you're watching this live on the summit and you're on maidsummit.com, or if you're active on the Facebook thread that we should have going on live right now, you can drop a comment in there and you can let me know. What I'm particularly interested in knowing from you guys is, were there any things that I've talked about here? I know I've gone through a lot of things very quickly. 25 items to go through in under an hour is not an easy thing to do. What would you like to hear either me or Courtney or any of the other summit speakers talk about more, and we will go ahead and try to create those videos or those articles for you with more details. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. And then, of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention how thankful I am for you joining me personally for this talk, but then also for just being an attendee of this summit. This is the first summit. This is the first Maid service summit that's ever been done like this. It's the first one that I've personally managed and run, and it's been an amazing, amazing experience. So if you guys are appreciating that, if you want to see us do it again, then drop a comment down below. And then finally, the very last thing, sorry, I'm going on forever here, is of course to check out ZenMaid. That the reason that we run amazing events like this and that we're always trying to put out amazing content for you is because we make our money by providing amazing software. And so the more aware that you guys are of that software, the more likely you are to check it out. If you're watching this and you use pen and paper or Google Calendar, go to ZenMaid right now and sign up for your free trial. If you're using another software, we've got lots of amazing competitors out there. I'd still encourage you to check out ZenMaid because we're pushing new updates on a daily or weekly basis. And so anyone that you may feel is ahead of us, they're not going to be for long. So check it out. Jump on the bandwagon. We'd love to have you. And I hope you guys are looking forward to the rest of the summit and the rest of the talks that are going to be coming up. Thank you again. Have a good night, and drop me a message on social media. I'll be responding to you personally, one-on-one, for every message and comment that I receive. So thank you again, guys.